I asked Noah to create a chart on that play of 4th and 2 because I could not understand why Nick Bolton wasn't the spy for Josh Allen. So Noah, if you could bring up that chart, that chalkboard you put together, please explain that to me and our viewers, why Nick Bolton wasn't the spy.
Yeah, I'll try to go through it quickly, but also do it justice here. Here's the personnel that was on the field on that last 4th and 2 Josh Allen run. As you see, all three linebackers are out there: Leo Chenal, Nick Bolton, Drew Tranquil, Justin Reed, and Trent McDuffie are kind of on the ends of the defensive line there. And then you've got Najee Johnson and Brian Cook playing back there. So here's the play that the Bills are running. It's a mesh concept. The Chiefs are playing like complete zone here. So whoever comes into your zone, take them. Number 26 for the Bills, Ty Johnson, goes out into the flat. McDuffie takes him. Okay, you got Curtis Samuel, a receiver in the backfield next to Josh Allen. He does an out route. Justin Reed takes him because he comes into his zone. Okay, then you've got Amari Cooper coming all the way across the formation. He goes into Drew Tranquil's zone. Drew Tranquil takes him. Then you've got Dawson Knox on this right side, number 88, going across. Leo Chenal takes him. And then you've got Mac Hollins, number 13, coming across the formation into Nick Bolton's zone, but then he turns up the field. And so Nick Bolton has to kind of vacate that zone close to the line and follow Mac Hollins up the field, and Brian Cook is helping on that. Najee Johnson on the outside, number 13, is helping with Justin Reed and Drew Tranquil's zone there. The big part of this play is you'll kind of see it begin here in the mesh concept, guys crossing past each other. The big problem with this play, and I'm shocked by this, Mike Pennell's being double-teamed, Chris Jones is single-teamed, and gets dominated. He gets pushed all the way to the side, one-on-one, and that allows this big old Karlaftis is coming around the end. If Chris Jones is there, then maybe Karlaftis has time to get there, but it allows this big gaping hole that Josh Allen can run through. Inches, they say this game, it's a game of inches. Karlaftis is almost able to knock his arm and maybe cause a fumble there, but Josh Allen escapes that and is getting down the field. And you see that Drew Tranquil can't get off his guy and turn back in time to get it. Najee Johnson there at about the 18-yard line. He's just too small, and he's a little bit out of position trying to get to Josh. And he just kind of falls by the wayside, and you can see him on the ground at the 12 there. He misses the tackle. Nick Bolton, like Lance talked about, flailing here, and Brian Cook doesn't make the tackle at the end. And so that's why Nick Bolton wasn't covered. They were just playing a zone. Mac Hollins took it deep, and that made Nick Bolton chase him deep because he came through his zone. He had to follow him there. And it was just people out of position. And the main thing is that Chris Jones, you're paid the big money. Like I said, Trent McDuffie on that 3rd and 5 against the Broncos lost to Cortland Sutton, which should have allowed them to win that game if not for Leo Chenal. Chris Jones lost his one-on-one matchup very badly, which allowed that 4th and 2 to take place. And then I don't really like what Najee Johnson's bringing on defense. Brian Cook always seems like he's there to make a play 2 steps too late. So that's my
fair enough. Good stuff, man.
Thank you, Noah, for that. I think it's important for not only me to see it, but the viewers to see it, because we love Chris Jones so much that we give him a free pass because he's the Reggie White of the defense. He's the Hall of Famer. He's the guy that we love. He's the guy that we're thrilled got his deal. But Chris Jones needs to remember he got dominated and sleep on that all week so he can up his game, because 4 sacks through 10 games of the season, it's unacceptable with that contract.
Yeah, it was such a rare play that I actually was of the belief that Chris Jones was held, because from the broadcast side, it did look like he was. It looked like there was some action on that, and then they showed the other angle, and like Noah said, he just flat out got taken, and that doesn't happen very often. So it was a combination of that, guys. And I also just want to point this out real quick too, because we give Spags tons of credit on this show. We do that on the Spoken because he deserves so much of it. But because of the fact this is the first game the Chiefs have given up 30 points in almost 2 whole seasons, you have to start to wonder why. And to me, I just felt like, and again, this comes back to the idea that maybe they were just really just tinkering with things and seeing what the Bills were going to do here, because this is the 4th time now in a row the Bills have beaten the Chiefs in the regular season, and for different reasons, but there's always something that makes you feel a little different about the game. it felt like Spags was either one side or the other. It felt like he was either being all in on aggressive blitz schemes or playing soft shell coverage. It was never like, when you see him mix it up and you can't really tell what he's doing to disguise blitzes, it always felt like you knew that McDuffie was coming in or Bolton was coming in. Like you kind of knew at that time. And it wasn't that Josh was checking it on the other side. It just was very apparent and very obvious. I felt like Spags was really intentionally not showing the Bills anything. And right now I don't like that. But in the playoffs, I think we're all going to really appreciate it, because if the Chiefs and Bills end up playing in the playoffs, regardless of where it's at, I do believe it will be at Arrowhead. But if it even is in Buffalo, I feel very confident that Spags is going to clamp that offense down. He's going to shut them down. It's going to be because of the fact that those disguised blitzes will be coming back, and they're going to be highly effective, because this team needs those blitzes more than any other defense out there. Because this is a great defense, but to your point, Chris Jones is usually the lifeblood of their pass rush, and he's not playing at his best. He's leading defensive tackles and pressures, which is great, but his sack total's got to be higher. You got Mike Dana, last year had 5.5 sacks to this point of the season. He has half a sack. Now, I know he's been injured, but even when he's been healthy, he's not getting to the quarterback. Loftus is down 3 sacks from this point last season. So they got to get these guys, and like Frank said earlier, having a Minahu back could be a real nice shot in the arm that they've been missing, because a Minahu was a stud for them last year. Let's hope that he can proceed that this year, man, because they definitely need it.
Yeah, just quick on Spags there. You're overall correct on that as far as like the defensive scheme all game. Like you said, was very vanilla. We're going to see much more in the playoffs. But on that last 4th and 2, that was a great call as far as the zone scheme. Everything was covered. That was a pass play that Josh Allen just scrambled because everything was shut down. Everything was covered. He had nowhere to go with the ball. But Chris Jones lost his one-on-one battle, and that was kind of the end of the play. Yes, Najee Johnson could have been in better position. Yes, Drew Tranquil could have not slipped and made a better play on that. Yes, Nick Bolton could have made a better play and not allowed it to get to the end zone. But initially, and if Chris Jones wins, I think that play is shut down, and it's just unfortunate kind of turn of events there in that one play that Chris Jones, your all-world player, just got beat on that one play when he's one-on-one.